The pyramids, particularly those in Egypt and the Mayas, have long captivated the imagination of historians, archaeologists, and spiritual seekers alike. These monumental structures are not only architectural marvels, but also hold a wealth of scientific and spiritual significance. As we open ourselves to expand our scientific understanding of the pyramids, we find that we may expand our spiritual consciousness. And as we expand our spiritual consciousness, we may be able to gain a deeper understanding of the pyramids from a scientific perspective. As within, so without. As above, so below. As the universe, so the soul. Wisdom of Thoth the Atlantean, also known as Hermes Trismegistus, or Quetzalcoatl, author of the Emerald Tablets, and likely original architect of the Great Pyramids of Giza, with wisdom and guidance from his ancestors. The spiritual science and philosophy of Thoth and the Emerald Tablets is referenced throughout this video and is also discussed in our video Atlantis, A Golden Age Awakening. Through a lens of balanced scientific and spiritual principles, each new discovery becomes an activation, guiding us further along our evolutionary path as individuals and together as a species. Each level, layer, chamber, or pillar of the pyramids can be seen as a portal, waiting for us to discover and enter ourselves. Just like each organ or area of the body corresponds to a chakra or meridian, an electromagnetic, multi-dimensional system connecting us with the different frequencies and dimensions of our reality, such as the dimensions of our mind, body, and spirit, our thoughts, emotions, and experiences, the earth, the stars, and all life throughout the cosmos. Often, we find the various aspects of our lives begin to improve or harmonize as we gain a deeper understanding and respect for the human body or chakra system as a whole. We begin to learn about the importance of living foods as a foundation for health and about the balance and flow of energy, how it can manifest as health or sickness in the body or in life with unique conditions, circumstances, choices, thoughts, or emotions, how it can be utilized to improve not only our physical health, but also our spiritual ascension and expansion of consciousness. Perhaps the same could be true for us as we gain a deeper understanding of ourselves, our ancestors, and the world around us. In this video, we delve into the fascinating intersection of science and spirituality surrounding the pyramids, traversing the dimensions, delving deep into the concept of pyramids as ancient crystal technology with incredible potential for our health, well-being, and conscious spiritual evolution. Pyramids have been built in various cultures around the world, such as the Maya, Africa, India, China, Russia, Bosnia, but the Egyptian pyramids, such as the Great Pyramids of Giza, are some of the most well-known. Despite what is commonly accepted and shared by Egyptian authorities, the original Great Pyramids of Giza, like the Bosnian pyramids and many others, were most likely constructed before the ancient flood of Atlantis, which research suggests may have occurred sometime between 9000 and 10,000 BC. According to beloved philosopher-historian Plato in his books Timaeus and Critias, it was 9600 BC that Atlantis fell, and this approximate date was confirmed by psychic spiritual guide and medical medium Edgar Cayce, who believed Atlantis sunk in approximately 10,000 BC. He also believed in earlier cataclysms that occurred around 50,700 BC and 28,000 BC, associated with even older ancient civilizations, such as those that occurred in the time of Rata and Lemuria or Mu. A community of dedicated and intuitive researchers of Atlantis helped to further support and substantiate this timeline theory for the sinking of this mysteriously advanced ancient civilization. You're welcome to explore my YouTube playlist dedicated to these researchers and documentaries on the lost or hidden history of Atlantis. You're also welcome to explore my YouTube playlist titled Pyramids: Ancient Technology to Empower the Future. This theory for the pyramids of ancient Egypt or Atlantis has recently manifested tangible scientific evidence through geological research, such as water erosion data collected at the Sphinx by Robert Schoch. Robert Schoch, an esteemed author and geologist, hasn't definitively stated a single date for the sinking of Atlantis. However, he has expressed in his books The Forgotten Civilization and Voices of the Rocks, a scientist's look at catastrophes in ancient civilizations, that his research into water erosion and geological patterns, particularly focusing on the Sphinx, aligns with a time around 9600 to 9700 BC. He connects this time frame with Plato's story of Atlantis, suggesting the lost civilization could have existed during that period. Therefore, the commonly accepted timeline of the pyramids' origin of the 4th dynasty of the Old Kingdom, which lasted from approximately 2613 to 2494 BC, is likely when the pyramids were reconstructed. These ancient archaeological masterpieces, primarily associated with the ancient Egyptians, were likely rebuilt at one time to serve as grand tombs for pharaohs and high-ranking officials, intended to safeguard their bodies and possessions for their ascent into the heavens. Interestingly, these monumental creations were likely rediscovered by the descendant survivors of Atlantis, a civilization shrouded in mystery and legend. According to various theories, these individuals carried with them not only the knowledge of advanced engineering and construction techniques, but also a deep understanding of spiritual practices and rituals that were integral to the ancient Egyptian way of life. This connection suggests a fascinating narrative of cultural exchange and continuity through the ages, as the Atlanteans sought to preserve the legacies of their predecessors. We explore the stories and wisdoms of our Atlantean ancestors in a few of our previous videos: Atlantis, a Golden Age Awakening, Healing the Crystalline Grid of the Earth, and Awakening a Lost Age of Advanced Healing Technology. The architectural features of the pyramids were meticulously planned and executed. For instance, the pyramids were constructed with precise alignments and connection to the stars, especially with the constellations or stargates, as our ancient ancestors would have called them, of Orion, Leo, Taurus or Pleiades, and Sirius, to name a few, reflecting the Egyptians' profound understanding of astronomy. Inside the actual tombs of the pharaohs that we have discovered, of which no pharaohs were ever actually found inside the pyramids, but in tombs nearby, were filled with an array of items, including jewelry, trinkets, such as ankhs and jeds, furniture and food, all intended to provide peace, comfort, and sustenance in the afterlife. The walls were often adorned with intricate hieroglyphics and paintings that depicted scenes from the deceased life, as well as prayers and spells designed to guide them safely through the challenges in the next chapter of their journey. Maybe our ancestors never viewed the pyramids as their tomb, but as sacred stargates that would carry their souls to heaven. It would seem our ancient Egyptian ancestors grasped a very important aspect of the pyramid's original purpose, and yet, perhaps they were just beginning to remember the potential of these truly inspiring works of art, science, and spirituality as divine gateways of earth and heaven. In ancient Egyptian society, the pharaoh was not only a political leader, but also a divine figure, believed to be a mediator between the gods and the people. In honor of this, the construction of their resting place was an undertaking of immense significance. Their burial place was designed to safeguard not only the physical bodies of the deceased, but also their possessions, which were thought by the dynastic Egyptians to be necessary for a successful journey into the afterlife. Beyond their physical properties, the pyramids hold deep spiritual significance in many cultures. They are often seen as symbols of ascension, enlightenment, and connection to higher realms. Many spiritual traditions view pyramids as divine portals, stargates, or gateways to higher dimensions. The alignment of pyramids with celestial bodies is often cited as evidence of their role in connecting the earthly and the divine. To them, our ancient Egyptian ancestors, the capstone or benben of the pyramid, represented divine union or connection with Atum or Ra, their sun god, god of all light and life. The benben stone, named after the sacred mound, was a revered stone in the temple of Ra at Heliopolis, known in Egyptian as Anu or Iyunu. It was the sacred place where the sun's first rays of light would grace. This stone is believed to have served as the model for subsequent obelisks, and the capstones of the Great Pyramids were inspired by its design. The capstone, or the tip of the pyramid, is also referred to as a pyramidion. In ancient Egypt, these pyramidions were likely polished or covered to glisten in sunlight. Pre-dynastic rituals in ancient cultures, particularly in Egypt, were deeply rooted in honoring our connection with the cosmos, as well as spiritual beliefs and practices that transcended the mere accumulation of physical possessions. The pre-dynastic period in Egypt encompasses the time before the unification of Upper and Lower Egypt, roughly from 6000 to 3150 BCE. These ancient rituals were less concerned with material wealth and more focused on the intrinsic qualities of the human spirit, particularly the moral and ethical dimensions of one's life. One of the most profound aspects of these rituals was the symbolic weighing of the heart, a practice in pre-dynastic Egypt that held great significance in determining the fate of an individual's soul in their journey of the afterlife. According to John H. Taylor in Ancient Egyptian Book of the Dead, Journey Through the Afterlife, the famous spell 125, the weighing of the heart, is first shared with us during the reign of Hatshepsut and Thutmose III, around 1475 BC, who likely derived and remembered this ritual from their predecessors. Is it possible to have a heart that is lighter than a feather? To the ancient Egyptians, it was not only possible, but highly desirable. The afterlife of the ancient Egyptians was known as the Field of Reeds, a land just like what one knew, save that there was no sickness, no disappointment, and of course, no death. One lived eternally by the streams and beneath the trees which one had loved so well in one's life on earth. An ancient Egyptian tomb inscription from 1400 BCE regarding one's afterlife reads, "May I walk every day unceasing on the banks of my water. May my soul rest on the branches of the trees which I have planted. May I refresh myself in the shadow of my sycamore." The heart, considered the seat of emotion, thought, and intention, was weighed against the feather of Ma'at, the goddess of truth, justice, and divine cosmic alignment. This ritual is often depicted with Thoth in baboon form. Thoth is described as an Atlantean architect, author of the Emerald Tablets, teacher of writing, science, and alchemy, secretary to the gods, an arbitrator of the Council of Ma'at, whose other form is an ibis-headed man. He is associated with this ceremony with the role of registering the outcome of the weigh-in. After judgment, entities were thought to return to the mother goddess's womb to initiate their journey of rebirth. During this stage, the soul meets its former body that is restored. To compare, this dogma is deeply related to the birth of the sun god Ra, who enters the goddess's womb every night and is reborn as the sun rises. Ra's relation to the afterlife is very connected through the religious components that justify the rising and setting of the sun. The Eye of Ra, or Eye of Re, usually depicted as a sun disk or right Wadjet eye, paired with the Eye of Horus, left Wadjet eye, is an entity or aspect in ancient Egyptian mythology that functions as an extension of the sun god Ra's power, equated with the disk of the sun, but it often behaves as an independent goddess, a feminine counterpart to Ra, and a protective force that subdues his enemies. Ultimately, the immortality desired by ancient Egyptians was reflected in endless lives, and through the many temples and pyramids that they built in honor of this. By doing worthy deeds in their current life, they would be granted a second life for all of eternity. Utilizing intuitive comprehension, we choose to refer to the Book of the Dead as the Book of Life, because within the pages of these sacred ancient texts, there are in fact many more rituals and references guiding one towards the improvement of life and well-being than there are rituals having to do with the actual worship of death. For example, the weighing of the heart was not merely a physical act or ritual. It was a deeply symbolic representation of a person's life choices and moral integrity. The feather, light and pure, symbolized the ideals of truth and righteousness. If an individual's heart was found to be as light as the feather, it was believed that their soul would be granted passage into the afterlife, a realm where they could experience eternal peace and fulfillment. Many of our ancient Egyptian ancestors understood that their actions had far-reaching consequences, and they cultivated a deep sense of responsibility towards their fellow beings in the cosmos. Pre-dynastic rituals were a profound reflection of the values held by ancient cultures, prioritizing spiritual integrity over material wealth. The weighing of the heart against the feather served as a powerful metaphor for the moral choices individuals made throughout their lives. It underscored the belief that a life lived with love, compassion, and justice would lead to a soul-nourishing afterlife where the individual could thrive eternally, free from the burdens of a heavy heart. These rituals not only shaped the spiritual landscape of pre-dynastic societies, but also laid the groundwork for the ethical frameworks that would influence generations to come. The leaders, individuals, and communities who would choose to open their hearts and minds to the divine spiritual wisdom of their ancestors. The pyramids embody the ancient Egyptians' beliefs in immortality and the afterlife, showcasing their desire to ensure that the deceased would continue to exist in a realm beyond the mortal world, one with the realm of the stars, perhaps even as a star or sun. This belief system influenced not only their burial practices, but also their art, literature, and religious rituals, creating a rich tapestry of cultural heritage that has fascinated historians and archaeologists for centuries. Each pyramid, from the Great Pyramid of Giza to the lesser-known structures scattered across the landscape, is a testament to the engineering prowess and organizational skills of the societies that created them. The construction of these monumental structures required vast resources and planning, including labor, materials, and time, reflecting the social hierarchy and the centralized power of the ruling class. The sheer scale of these constructions indicates a deep understanding of mathematics, physics, and astronomy, as their alignments often correspond to celestial bodies, suggesting a sophisticated grasp of the universe and its cycles. Explorations into the many hieroglyphs, temples, artifacts, and buried underground passageways beneath the pyramids reveal a purpose that extends far beyond tombs or burial sites, leading one on a journey of deeper meaning and spiritual significance. Along with the spiritual implications, modern science has begun to explore the scientific properties of pyramids, investigating their potential effects on energy and consciousness. The pyramids of Giza, particularly the Great Pyramid, have been the focus of extensive scientific investigations and discoveries that shed light on ancient Egyptian civilization. The Bosnian pyramids are also contributing to amazing research on the potential of these incredible works of art, science, and spirituality. Archaeologists and scientists have utilized advanced technologies such as ground-penetrating radar and 3D modeling to explore the structures without causing damage. These investigations have revealed hidden chambers and provided insights into the construction techniques used by the ancients. For example, a 2017 study published in the journal Nature reported the discovery of a large void within the Great Pyramid, suggesting that the builders used sophisticated engineering methods to create such monumental structures. Additionally, studies of the pyramid's alignment with astronomical events have highlighted the Egyptians' advanced understanding of astronomy. Resources such as Nature Journal and the Archaeological Institute of America provide detailed accounts of these scientific endeavors, showcasing the ongoing fascination and research surrounding these ancient wonders. Unique energetic signatures have been measured all around the pyramids of Giza. Research in the Journal of Applied Physics has detected waves of spiraling pillars of plasma light above and below the apex, publishing that pyramids may produce measurable electromagnetic fields. These fields could interact with the human body, potentially influencing mood, health, and overall well-being. Electromagnetic waves and what appear to be physical spiral pillars have also been detected beneath the plateau, such as in the new acoustic SAR synthetic aperture radar discoveries beneath the Khafre Pyramid by Filippo Biondi, Corrado Malanga, and Armando May, shared by Nicole Ciccolo and dedicated journalist Trevor Grassi for All Mankind, Khafre Project. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great enthusiasm that we officially announce today, and our research team has succeeded in identifying a vast underground city beneath the Giza Plateau, which corresponds to the legendary Amenti. This city is mentioned in ancient texts as a place linked to the universal knowledge of humankind and its ultimate spiritual transformation. This extraordinary achievement is made possible through the processing of SAR data obtained from Capella space satellites, a pioneering technological approach to archaeology. The uniqueness of this discovery lies not only in its immense historical and archaeological significance, but also in the innovative method employed thanks to ultra-high azimuth resolution radar imaging achieved through specialized spotlight acquisitions with long Doppler integration. We have been able to extract precise acoustic information. In particular, the satellite data has been processed using a groundbreaking technique. Doppler tomography developed by Professor Filippo Biondi, an internationally renowned expert in synthetic aperture radar, interferometry, and multi-chromatic tomographic analysis. So underneath the pyramid, They have found 8 huge cylindrical structures, perfectly aligned, and 4 pairs of them. They go deep into the earth. So here is the 3D recreation of the SAR scan, which shows these 8 cylindrical pillars that go deep down. Each pillar is surrounded by a circular path, walkway, or tube. This is not all, but the beginning of it. At the very base of the pyramid, ground zero of the pyramid in the center, they have found 5 of these stacked chambers which are identical looking in size and form as the king's chamber of the Khufu pyramid, the one next door. So these are made with huge blocks of granite, red granite that was brought hundreds of miles away to the Giza Plateau, stacked very specifically in this sort of horizontal sandwich with a convex roof or vaulted ceiling. So 5 of these chambers are centered in the middle of the pyramid, and then 8 cylindrical massive underground structures that go deep down. And what is under that? We'll show you. So 4 of these cylindrical structures dropping down into the earth, they go into 2 square chambers. 2 square chambers which are 80 meters by 80 meters wall to wall. Each of these square chamber walls is 80 meters identical all the way around, perfectly square chambers, with 4 cylindrical shafts going into them. Shafts or pillars, cylindrical structures with winding coils. This could be a walkway, we're not exactly sure what is showing up on the scans. And how deep do these cylindrical tubes go? They delve beneath the pyramid 648 meters down, 648 meters under the main pyramid, and then you hit the 18-meter chambers. This patented methodology enables the creation of 3-dimensional constructions of underground structures, allowing the identification of corridors, chambers, and tunnels extending several kilometers beneath the surface. These new archaeological findings could redefine our understanding of the sacred topography of ancient Egypt, providing spatial coordinates for previously unknown and unexplored subterranean structures. A discovery of this magnitude has only been made possible thanks to the contributions of a multidisciplinary team of internationally renowned experts. Dr. Nicole Ciccolo, a forensic handwriting expert with over 25 years of experience in civil and criminal investigations. She has worked with numerous Italian prosecutors and authored significant forensic analysis. Her expertise in deciphering ancient manuscripts has been crucial in interpreting certain symbols identified at the site. Professor Filippo Biondi, a specialist in radar technology and satellite imaging with experience at the University of Strathclyde, UK, the Italian Space Agency, and the National Research Council. He's currently one of the world's leading experts in the development of SAR processing algorithms with applications in space. Archaeology Dr. Armando May, a historian and Egyptologist specializing in the study of pre-dynastic civilizations, has concluded archaeological field research in Egypt and collaborated with numerous international academic institutions. His theories on the correlation between underground structures and the myth of Zep-Tepi have guided the team's investigations. Professor Corrado Malanga, head of the research project, a chemist and former researcher at the University of Pisa, with a long-standing career in the study of consciousness and the phenomenon related to perception of reality, his expertise has enabled the development of new interpretive models for analyzing the discovered structures. The support of Capella Space, a new frontier for archaeology, demonstrates how the integration of space technology and historical research can overcome the limitations of traditional archaeological investigations, allowing us to map the subterranean of Giza without invasive excavations. Capella Space's satellite capability of producing radar images with sentimental level resolutions have made it possible to generate highly precise acoustic images of Giza's underground, finally revealing to humanity the existence of the halls of Amenti. This discovery marks a groundbreaking step in our understanding of ancient Egypt and its deep infrastructural relationship with the subterranean world. It could lead to unprecedented revelations about the civilization that built the entire architectural complex, including the pyramids, which now appear to be just the tip of the iceberg of a colossal and very important project. Thank you for your attention. Nicole Chicolo, Khafre Research Project. Full press release, March 15th. The team says this is just the beginning, and that they're going to do some more press releases very soon. One thing I will say is that the idea that the pyramid was just a tomb for dead pharaohs seems a bit odd after seeing evidence of the technological potential of the pyramids. Why would you need about 647 meters of perfectly aligned north to south pillars that go into an antechamber and then connect to an underground network of buildings, ruins of an ancient city? Seems a bit excessive just for a tomb, wouldn't you say? The spiritual and scientific implications of this wonderful work and research are truly exciting, from connections with the halls of Amenti and the Hall of Records, to potential revolutions in green energy technology. In fact, this research greatly inspired the topic for this video, and much love and gratitude to everyone who contributed to this amazing project. The full abstract and all available links can be found in the description below. In addition to the unique energetic readings compiled by the Khafre Research Project, we have radiation readings which have been picked up by Geiger counters and actual radiation warning signs as well, which have been seen by tourists in certain areas nearby and below the pyramids, such as near the giant sarcophagus underneath Saqqara, noted by Billy Carson during his 2024 Forbidden Knowledge Group tour in Giza. Billy Carson is a dedicated teacher of mind, body, spirit health, and ancestral wisdom, author of the profound book on spiritual and scientific wisdoms of Thoth, Compendium of the Emerald Tablets. There's a couple Forbidden Knowledge Egypt tours coming up, one this year, October 4th through 16th, 2025, and another tour coming up in honor and alignment with the eclipse in August 2027. If you would like to join Billy and a high-vibe, super awesome Forbidden Knowledge community as they journey through the sacred pyramids and temples, learning from a highly educated and esteemed teacher of mind, body, spirit health, and ancestral wisdom. In this tour, you get to see locked-up areas beneath the pyramids, such as an area with a 1,500-ton crystal diorite box, highly radioactive, with a symbol for radioactivity on the lid of the sarcophagus, or regeneration chambers. This diorite box, pictured below, has stargates all around it, and a corner that looks like it is melted, as well as a blast coming through the rock wall aiming directly at it, under the step pyramids at Saqqara, underground in halls, the halls of Amenti. According to Thoth in the Emerald Tablets, Thoth and Thotmi, Thoth's father, would dwell here and regenerate in these boxes. Is the Hall of Records a crystalline library built on top of magnetic field? They understood Earth's natural ley lines, harnessing this energy within the structures. Crystals store and amplify energy. A lighter works because you put pressure on a crystal. Your pineal gland is made of magnetite crystals. When those crystals release energy, this releases DMT in the third eye and activates a Kundalini awakening. Feel that magnetic field flowing through your body. The body is a living crystal, a living temple. This is the real knowledge, real tour, and real teachings. Billy Carson. provided some links to the Forbidden Knowledge tours and Billy Carson's YouTube videos, TV app, blog, as well as books such as Compendium of the Emerald Tablets and workshops for mind, body, spirit well-being in the description below. Beneficial healing ions have been experienced by many around the pyramids, especially in the tunnels beneath the pyramids and within the chambers. We discuss the high levels of beneficial ions in pyramids, focusing on the Bosnian pyramids, which have the highest levels of beneficial ions on the planet, in our blog and video, Awakening the Lost Age of Advanced Healing Technology. Studies into the resonance frequencies of pyramid structures suggest that they may resonate with specific frequencies that can promote healing and balance. Musicians such as Paul Horn and Merit von Hoff have been blessed with the opportunity to receive and share some beautifully profound and moving musical initiations within the chambers of the Great Pyramid, tuned to the natural phi-based frequencies of 432 Hz and the solfeggio tones, tuned to the pyramids themselves. Everything is one, and one is everything. Everything vibrates in one note. Quotes by Merit von Hoff. There's a wonderful article preserved by Flute Journal on Paul Horn titled Music as Healer. Paul Horn, grandfather of New Age music. We highly recommend. Here we share a few quotes from this wonderful article. Following the Taj Mahal, you also did a recording in the pyramid. How did that experience come about? Paul, it was 8 years later. Someone suggested it to me because the Taj Mahal album had been so successful and people were probably looking for more of the same. When a friend was thinking about some very special places in the world, such as the Great Pyramid, came to mind. I thought it was a wonderful idea, so about a year later I was on my way to Egypt with a group of people and managed to get inside the Great Pyramid to do the recording. Again, it was the same kind of meditative experience, but something a little different, because the building is part of the music too. You're welcome to read the full interview with Paul Horn, lovingly preserved by Flute Journal, in our blog, Bridging the Science and Spirituality of Pyramids as Advanced Crystal Technology. We also welcome you to listen to the beautiful healing tones recorded by Paul Horn in the Great Pyramid, Initiations, Psalm 1, at the link provided below in the video description. Archaeologists such as Christopher Dunn and Brian Forrester have contributed to this theory of the pyramids as acoustic resonators. I share a link to Christopher Dunn's book Giza Power Plant in the description below, including an interview with Christopher Dunn, known as Adventures Unlimited with David Hatcher Childress, Ancient Technology in Egypt. We also share an interview analysis of Christopher Dunn on the musical pyramid, pyramid secrets, and 432 Hz tuning. In addition, we share a link to a video provided by Brian Forrester titled Amazing Acoustics Inside the Great Pyramid at Giza in Egypt. Dedicated and world-renowned polymath Robert Edward Grant has shared some incredibly insightful perspectives in his books, videos, and website about the pyramids, their connection to sacred geometry, and 432. Links provided below in video description. Giza is the holy grail of geometry. Quote and documentary by Robert Edward Grant. It may come as no surprise to some of you that the Great Pyramid, or rather that certain authorities and groups involved with the release of historical information surrounding the pyramids, have played a key role in the guarding or downplaying the spiritual implications of the pyramids, as well as substantiating the reverse of the natural voice frequency from 432 Hz to 440 Hz. Despite efforts to offset our base frequency away from nature and cover up all evidence of this, a community of consciously evolving humanity has drawn our awareness to an ever more powerful and larger movement that investigates the imposed change of the standard tone frequency with intentions of bringing our awareness and being back to harmony with nature's frequencies. Merit von Hoff is someone who has addressed the questions from the angle of the frequencies encoded in this master building. For 20 years, Merit has followed a route of sound indications to arrive at the decoding of the oldest 15,000 or more years old source frequency inscriptions in the world. The Great Pyramid, the Pyramid in Teotihuacan, Chichen Itza, Uxmal, Bosnia, China, Angkor Wat, Borobudur, but also Stonehenge, Karnak, and many other places are built on 5 frequencies and golden ratio mathematics that resonate with the source frequencies encoded in the oldest source frequency inscription to be. During her latest lecture, she activated the frequencies in the Great Pyramid that are derived from the voice tone or key frequency of 432 Hz in ourselves and with each other in a joint sound bath created. She also taught how to walk the 432 Hz labyrinth to reinforce and anchor these pyramid frequency energies, in particular the octahedron, or double-mirrored pyramid shape in our energy bodies. Which primary role do the sound, frequency, and vibration instructions stored in the Great Pyramid play in the creation of the great moment of awakening of humanity in the 5th dimension? The angle of the frequencies is encoded in this master building. The sound instructions are waiting for the moment that they can be reactivated. The purpose of this sound basis is to offer insights, information, and possibility of reestablishing a connection with the multiverse and multidimensional consciousness. Quote shared by Merit von Hoff from her blog, Source Frequencies, The Mystery of the 432 Hz in the Great Pyramids. For more information on this fascinating subject, you're welcome to check out our blog or video titled 432 Hz, a harmonic fractal frequency of creation. One of the most intriguing theories surrounding the pyramids is their potential function as orgone energy amplifiers or generators of prana, plasma, chi, or life-love energy. Research suggests that the unique elemental makeup and geometric shape of the pyramids can harness and amplify natural energies from the earth and the cosmos. One of the first clues we have to support this theory is actually in the name of the word pyramid itself. The word pyramid can be broken down into its Greek or Latin root words to mean fire in the middle or fire within. When we break this down even further, the word fire also means ray of phi. In Greek, phi is synonymous with love. So the word pyramid could actually signify within its heart, ray of love within. Before we continue, let's take a moment to comprehend and appreciate how truly beautiful and divine this is. The phi-based geometry of the pyramids has been found to be energetically conducive and in alignment with the sacred geometry of life in the universe. This geometry is thought to create a unique energy field capable of enhancing the ionic potential and bioactivity of nearby biology. The angles and proportions of the pyramid may align with specific phi frequencies, such as Ohm, or A equals 432 Hz, and cosmic energies, such as those from Orion, Pleiades, and Sirius, enhancing their ability to channel energy. As the shape of the pyramid is crystalline, and crystals are known for their ability to store and transmit energy through their sacred geometric lattice structure, the crystalline structure of the pyramids leads one to theories of advanced technological capabilities. Prominent theories propose that the materials used in pyramid construction possess crystalline properties that contribute to this energy amplification. The pyramid blocks are made of a super-dense dielectric, ionically charged and bioactive orgone or geopolymer concrete consisting of limestone and rose granite or quartz. Together, these elements can create a strong electromagnetic effect known as piezoelectricity, or the generation of heat or electricity through ionic friction. You can learn to create your own benben, capstone, or orgone pyramid with the following orgone supplies and resources. Orgone Science and DIY Guide, Orgonite DIY Bundle, Orgone Grounding Bundle, and orgone essentials such as mindfully sourced crystals, crystal sands and powders, copper, shungite, silicone molds, and sacred geometry stickers. We share a link for all of these resources provided in the video description below, as well as a link and coupon for non-toxic resin by Art and Glow. Certain artifacts discovered within the pyramids have also been found to be made of magnetic iron meteorite, such as the benben stone, believed by some to offer us a clue to the missing capstone of the Great Pyramid, which symbolizes the spiritual gateway or crown chakra. We discuss the benben in greater detail in the next section, Spiritual Significance of the Pyramids. Dan Winter of Fractal University, whose wonderful work and research we have referenced in many of our articles and videos, who dedicated his life's work to uncovering the real science of harmony, has discovered that the shape of the pyramid is one such shape that can harmonize and energetically rebalance space. Aligned to the golden ratio, the pyramid shape produces an electromagnetic effect known as ionic longitudinal compression, where ions accelerate and spin into a zero point or vortex, capable of generating gravity, light, life, love, health, harmony, and consciousness. The Pyramid Science Foundation, led by Charlie Zeiss, has been conducting their own extensive research into the science of pyramids, and their findings help to significantly support the idea that pyramids generate beneficial ions, great for boosting health, vitality, energy, mood, and overall well-being. Two well-written and referenced books on the topic, titled Giza Power Plant, written by Christopher Dunn, and Giza's Industrial Complex by J.J. and Desiree Hurtak, further support the theory that the pyramids may have originally been designed to generate energy, which could be utilized for various purposes. We also recommend the book Paramagnetism: Rediscovering Nature's Secret Force of Growth by Phil Callahan. In this one beautiful little book, Callahan lays out a lifetime of research into low-frequency forces in nature and his discoveries regarding the force of paramagnetism and the amazing effects it has upon soils, plants, and people. Pyramids, some of the most iconic structures in human history, serve not only as monumental architectural feats, but also as profound time capsules that preserve the cultural, spiritual, and technological advancements of the civilizations that built them. Moreover, pyramids act as historical archives, preserving artifacts, inscriptions, and artworks that provide invaluable insights into the daily lives, beliefs, and practices of ancient peoples. The hieroglyphs inscribed on their walls tell stories of gods, pharaohs, life, ascension, stars, and the afterlife, while the burial goods found within their chambers reveal the material culture of the time. These items range from everyday tools, intricate jewelry, to potential technologies, illustrating the artistry and craftsmanship of the period. In this way, pyramids function as windows into the past, allowing modern archaeologists, scientists, spiritualists, and historians to piece together the narratives of ancient civilizations. Pyramids also serve to preserve the religious practices of our ancestors, symbolizing the connection between Earth and the heavens. The pyramid shape itself is believed to represent the rays of the sun, with the Pharaoh's ascent to the afterlife mirroring the sun's journey across the sky. This spiritual significance adds another layer of meaning to these structures as they encapsulate the beliefs and ideologies that motivated their construction. Pyramids embody the passage of time and the enduring nature of human ambition. Despite the erosion of millennia, many pyramids have withstood the test of time, standing as silent witnesses to the rise and fall of empires. They remind us of the fragility of human existence and the enduring quest for immortality through monumental achievements. As archaeological studies continue to uncover new findings, each discovery within or around these structures adds to our understanding of ancient societies, making pyramids not only significant relics of the past, but also active participants in the ongoing dialogue about human history. To us, the ancient pyramids built by our ancestors are much more than mere stone structures. They are intricate time capsules that preserve the very essence of the civilizations that built them. Through their architectural grandeur, cultural artifacts, and spiritual symbolism, they offer a rich tapestry of insights into the lives of those who lived thousands of years ago, ensuring that their stories endure long into the future. Some practitioners believe that spending time inside or nearby pyramids or pyramidal-shaped objects can promote a wide range of benefits in the realm of spiritual growth and well-being. The unique energy fields created by pyramids are aligned to the human body and are thought to facilitate meditation, catalyze healing and creativity, as well as enhance intuition, spiritual practices, and expanded states of consciousness. We must remember that the pyramids, like those in Giza, Bosnia, the Mayas, and frankly, all over the world, were created by a community of very wise and spiritually advanced ancestors, not as tombs, but as centers of energy initiation and connection. They amplify and modulate the Earth's natural energies, as well as the energies from cosmic sources that are being stored. This aligns with the purpose of creating a light grid or crystalline grid of the Earth, known by many of our people. The cylindrical structures beneath and nearby the pyramids serve as resonators, finely tuned to a specific frequency. Spiral pathways surrounding these cylinders are representative of the flow of energy, the ever-spiraling journey of consciousness. They are not simply staircases, but energetic pathways that facilitate movement between dimensions and levels of awareness. Further, these cylinders are linked to the larger network beneath the so-called Giza Plateau. This network our researchers are just now beginning to perceive. The pyramids and these newly discovered components by our peoples act as anchors for the planetary energy grid. They help in stabilizing and harmonizing the Earth's energy, creating a field conducive to spiritual growth and ascension. You're welcome to learn more about how we can contribute to harmonizing the planetary energy grid in our blog and video, Healing the Crystalline Grid of Earth. Furthermore, the pyramids, such as the Great Pyramids, were constructed as stargates, points of connection between dimensions. The cylindrical structures enhance this function acting as focused channels for interdimensional travel and communication. The energetic configuration of the pyramids, including these newly discovered chambers, facilitates initiation and healing. They provide a space where individual entities can connect with higher frequencies, accelerate their spiritual growth, and experience profound shifts in consciousness. How amazing and exciting is it to ponder the current discoveries, and yet even more intriguing that these are just a glimpse into the vastness of what lies beneath and within these structures. The pyramids are living crystal structures resonating with the heartbeat of the earth, all life, and the cosmos, waiting to be fully awakened and utilized for the benefit of all. The power of consciousness is the imagination, though the ancients would have called it the word or thought of God. According to the Emerald Tablets, that power is reflected below in the mind of man. Imagination is the star in man, the celestial or super-celestial body. Therefore, the imagination is a divine gift, the piece of heaven concealed in man. Quotes from Lexicon of Alchemy by Dennis William Houck, 1612. Dennis William Houck, who also transcribed a book titled The Emerald Tablet, wrote, "One of the most mysterious documents ever put before the eyes of man, the Emerald Tablet has described as everything from a succinct summary of Neoplatonic philosophy to an extraterrestrial artifact or a gift from Atlantis." Mysteries there are in the cosmos that unveiled fill the world with their light. Let he who would be free from the bonds of darkness first divine the material from the immaterial, the fire from the earth. For know ye that as earth descends to earth, so also fire ascends unto fire and becomes one with fire. He who knows the fire that is within himself shall ascend unto the eternal fire and dwell in it eternally. Fire, the inner fire, is the most potent of all force, for it overcometh all things and penetrates for all things of the earth. Man supports himself only on that which resists. So earth must resist man, else he existeth not. All eyes do not see the same vision, for to one an object appears of one form and color, and to a different eye of another. So also the infinite fire, changing from color to color, is never the same from day to day. Thus speak I, Thoth, of my wisdom, for a man is a fire burning bright through the night, never is quenched in the veil of the darkness, never is quenched by the veil of the night. Into men's hearts I looked by my wisdom, found them not free from the bondage of strife. Free from the toils thy fire, O my brother, lest it be buried in the shadow of night. Hark, yea, O man, and list to this wisdom. Where do name and form cease? Only in consciousness, invisible, an infinite force of radiance bright. The forms that ye create by brightening thy vision are truly effects that follow thy cause. Man is a star bound to a body, until in the end he is freed through his strife. Only by struggle and toiling thy utmost shall the star within thee bloom out in new life. He who knows the commencement of all things, free is his star from the realm of the night. Tablet 3, the Key of Wisdom. Builded I the great pyramid, patterned after the pyramid of earth force, burning eternally so that it too might remain through the ages. In it I builded my knowledge of magic science, so that I might be here when again I return from Amenti. Aye, while I sleep in the halls of Amenti, my soul roaming free will incarnate, dwell among men in this form or another, Hermes thrice born. Emissary on earth am I of the dweller, fulfilling his commands so many might be lifted. Now return I to the halls of Amenti, leaving behind me some of my wisdom. Preserve, yea, and lift ever upwards your eyes towards the light. I, Thoth the Atlantean, master of mysteries, keeper of records, mighty king, magician, living from generation to generation, being about to pass into the halls of Amenti, set down for the guidance of those that are to come after. These records of the mighty wisdom of the great Atlantis. If you're interested in a gentle introduction into the spiritual science and ascension and alchemy discussed in the Emerald Tablets, originally discovered within the chambers of the Great Pyramid, we highly recommend our blog and video, Atlantis, A Golden Age Awakening. The exploration of pyramids as ancient crystal technology invites us to consider the intricate relationship between science and spirituality. While much remains to be discovered, the theories surrounding the pyramids challenge us to think beyond conventional boundaries. Whether viewed as monumental tombs, time capsules, orgone energy amplifiers, or vehicles for the ascending soul, the pyramids continue to inspire curiosity and reverence, reminding us of the ancient wisdom that may still hold reverence in our modern world. These advanced spiritual crystalline creations remain not only as testaments to the ingenuity of the ancients, but also as enduring symbols of humanity's quest for understanding and connection with the divine. As we continue to explore these magnificent structures, may we continue to uncover not only the secrets of the past, but also insights that can enrich our lives today, so that together we can co-create a beautiful and abundant future for all. You're welcome to visit the description for a plethora of resources referenced in this video. If you feel called to explore for yourself the science and spirituality of pyramids as advanced crystal technology, you can learn to work with the elements such as crystals, stones, and copper to help you create your own Ben-Ben, capstone, or orgone pyramid with the following supplies and resources provided in the video description below. I am grateful to receive and share these wisdoms of love and light. With respect for the individual journey and perspective, I invite you to please take what resonates most with your heart and soul and leave the rest. Divine crystalline love, light, and awakening to all on their journey, within and without.